Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode on the channel. Just 3 races to go until the playoffs begin on our final season of the Career Mode. And we are just 32 days away from NASCAR 21 Ignition dropping on the channel. The highly anticipated Daytona Speed Weeks will start then. But for right now, we have to finish up this one. We are at the Talladega Super Speedway, a 50% race, the fourth and final one of those this season. So just 250 miles and 94 laps on tap tonight at the baddest racetrack on the circuit. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we do full race live streams with NASCAR video games, live commentary for the actual races on the weekend, race weekend vlogs at the track as well with the full highlights from the grandstands there, and much more predictions, post-race analysis. You've got it on this channel. If it's anything NASCAR, I'm probably talking or doing something with it. So that is going to conclude the intro. Now we're going to get into this highly anticipated race, a wild card race with just a few races to go. No practice or qualifying for myself entering this race, so we will start from the rear. Of course, with this only being 94 laps, the first 2 stages going to be very, very short. And the sense of urgency for these drivers on the bubble, as you see on the left-hand side of your screen, is going to be at a premium. You can see the playoff updated standings on the left side of the screen. The drivers who are locked in on wins. One driver is locked in on points, and that would be Denny Hamlin coming into this race today. And then there's a points increments between the drivers who are not locked in on points and where they are ahead of the 16th driver in the playoff standings. Drivers who are locked in on wins right now would be Keegan Schneider, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Matt DiBenedetto, Matt Kenseth, Anthony Alfredo, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And as I mentioned, Denny Hamlin is locked in on points. Drivers that are sitting pretty comfortably above the cutoff line, barring no major catastrophic things happening in these final 3 races. Ryan Newman's 186 points above the cutoff line. 117 points above the cutoff line is Martin Truex Jr. Ryan Blaney is 116 points above the cutoff line. 112 points above the cutoff line is Kevin Harvick. 101 points above the cutoff line is Kurt Busch. 55 points above the cutoff line is Eric Almirola. The 14 car, Clint Bowyer, is 7 points above the cutoff line. He is the last driver in on points right now. First driver outside the cutoff line is probably the long shot at the season start of the drivers that are in contention still. And that would be BJ McLeod, only 7 points below the cutoff line. 41 points below the cutoff line is 2020 champion Chase Elliott. He missed our playoffs in season 1 of the career mode. He's in danger of doing that in both the seasons of the Cup Series. And 64 points below the cutoff line rather would be Alex Bowman. He made the playoffs last season. And William Byron, who also missed the playoffs last year for Hendrick Motorsports, is 91 points below the cutoff line. So we have a possibility that 3 Hendrick Chevys could, actually all 4 Hendrick Chevys can miss it, because Jimmy Johnson isn't even in the top 20 in points. He's well below even where Byron's at minus 91. Those drivers are in danger and might need a win. I think the 2 drivers that could likely point their way in, especially if they have strong performances today at Talladega with it being a wild card race, and especially if the next race being a road course, is Chase Elliott. I think he's still got a good shot to point his way in as long as he survives Dega tonight. I think he'll have an easy top 10 finish, maybe even top 5 at Road America later on this weekend, and he's pretty good at Martinsville too. So I think the odds of him trying to outpoint a guy like Eric Almirola or Clint Bowyer ahead of him is possible. But if we get an upset winner tonight that's below the cutoff line, that's only going to hurt him even worse. That has been the case so far this season. Anthony Alfredo, Matt Kenseth, who else? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. All those guys are below 16th in points with wins. That has hurt Chase Elliott, and even one driver who is 16th right on the regular season point standings, Matt DiBenedetto, has a win this season, which would be below Elliott. So even though Chase Elliott's like 11th in points right now, he is below the cutoff line. NASCAR LOL, Ashton G, Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. Here we go. We're going to get into this race now finally today, and this is going to be a lot of fun. I could say that for a fact. We had a lot of fun last night on the channel with NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005, a wild and crazy race. This is going to be wild and crazy as well, as we're much later in the regular season on this game. Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, on the pole once again. He's had a lot of those in his NASCAR career. Ty Dillon will start outside pole in second. No drivers starting at the rear of the field for the start of today's race. Josh Bilicki and Brad Keselowski pretty slow in qualifying. Starting from dead last, we'll see if we can get it done. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Dega.
Still there.
29 laps in stage 1. Schneider quickly gets down to the bottom of the racetrack in front of Josh Balicki, who might have spun his tires on the initial start.
At the bottom. Still there.
Ooh, big stack up down the back straightaway, and they're already fanning out 3 by 3, and they're actually 4 wide now as they head into turn 3. Custer, Hauf, Schneider,
Stay low, stay low.
Harvick on the high side. I think they were just getting up to speed. Otherwise, it might have been a little bit tighter.
Careful. Still
They were
there.
already at that 200-mile-an-hour mark.
Car high now.
Lap 1 is going to be led by the 2021 Daytona 500 winner, Michael Mcdowell.
Stay at the bottom.
Knows how to get around these super speedways as of late with this current package. Also finished third at Talladega in the spring in real life this season as well. Jimmy Johnson on that bottom lane going to bump draft Schneider in the 99. That inside lane.
You're all clear up top.
Anthony Alfredo. Thinking of Olive Garden, all you can eat pasta. I don't think I've actually eaten at an Olive Garden. Now that
Stay low, stay low.
you mentioned that.
You're clear there.
Do they have all you can eat pasta there? Is that like a regular thing on the menu? Oh my gosh, 4 wide through the tri-oval again, and already a regular occurrence
Careful. Still there.
in this race that we've seen 4 wide nearly non-stop in the middle and the back of the pack at least, as McDowell has now led the first 2 laps. And in just 2 laps already, Schneider has gone from last to 19th, soaring on the inside. Car showing great speed early on.
Careful. Still there.
Probably been the guy to beat when it comes to the super speedway races on the career mode. A 2-time Daytona 500 winner, 1-time winner at Talladega early in the season. Car around hard into the wall on the outside, and that would be Michael Mcdowell spinning from the lead, and everybody misses him to the inside of the racetrack. Thankfully, that would have been a huge accident with him spinning in front of the pack like that. He got into the wall, and I don't know how, but everybody missed it. Remember, 4 times fuel and tire wear consumption is on with these 50% races. Just like the first 3 this season, we're already off to a wild start. Just a few laps into the race, the driver who led the first few laps has now wrecked. Hard driver's side door first into the wall. We're going to be seeing some pit stops here under the caution, but not everybody is going to pit. Most of the field will, taking tires and fuel.
Driver has the green flag in his hand. Are you ready here?
Green flag back in the air, and now William Byron will lead the field to the green. Comes in 91 points below the cutoff line. May need a win. This would be a good track for him to do it. He got his first career win in the NASCAR Cup Series on a super speedway in the Summer Daytona race in 2020. Wow, that outside lane really stacked up on the restart. I believe Michael McDowell is still in the race somehow.
Peeking inside. Clear low, bud. Car high. Careful.
But obviously, after having to repair that damage, he's all the way at the back. What a move. Big push from Eric Jones. Already scattered 4 wide again.
Careful. Still there.
Newman getting pushed by Logano. De Benedetto's there. There's a little bit of contact off the exit of turn 4 as they're door to door. This is not exactly where you want to be. They're now 5 wide, I believe. No, they're 4 wide. I thought they were 5 wide for a second. I guess not.
Still there.
Schneider had to back out of the gas as he ended up below the double yellow line. Don't want to pass down there. Iron's still hanging on the restart, it looks like, at the front of the field. After that crash happening at the front of the field, somehow everybody missed it. We could have very well had the big one just a few laps into the race. DNFs are on as always. Schneider has had a bad habit of DNFing in the second half of the regular season, 4 in the last 7 races. Though he is coming off a win in the last race a couple nights ago.
Stay at the bottom.
That came at his home track at Michigan. last time he had won at his home track. It was his 20th career win, 15th of the season. Outstanding sophomore season thus far. Now, Clint Boyer has found himself in the lead even after qualifying outside the top 20. 4 wide again down the back straightaway. We're going to be seeing this all day, I have to imagine. You can tell there's a huge sense of urgency with this race being at the end of the regular season. And with it being only 250 miles versus a normal 500 that you would typically see at Talladega in the Cup Series. All-you-can-eat pasta every September 24th to mid-November. I did not know that. Straight up in Olive Garden, I guess, sometimes. That'd be right up my alley. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream.
Careful, go back. Car high, careful.
A lot of bump drafting going on down the back straightaway. A Ford Toyota and a Ford. 2 Fords actually locked onto the inside. I believe that's Michael No, sorry, that's Eric Jones behind Blaney. I thought for a second it was Mcdowell, and I was like, how did he get inside the top 10 in 3 laps after the restart? And now we got cars pitting who did not pit under the caution. We're going to be seeing a lot of pit stops today. We don't go over that 8 sets of tires that we had after the start of the race. We'll be all right. Already used 1 set in the first few laps, pitting under that caution at lap 4. Christopher Bell now leads this race with Matt DiBenedetto in 2nd place behind him. Quinn Houck 3rd. Ryan Newman 4th. It's a 5-car breakaway at the front of the field right now. And you got Chad Fincham in 6th, kind of holding up the pack, it looks like. Christopher Bell going to get hung out on that outside lane. And Matt DiBenedetto is going to get to the lead. Quinn Houck may be pitting this time as he gets underneath DiBenedetto off of turn 4. 3 wide for eventual 2nd place. Bell had no help up on the outside. Ryan Newman had a big side draft on the 99 to hang on to 2nd place. Schneider has to settle in 3rd in front of the 95 car. And here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 2-time Super Speedway winner. And he, of course, won a race already this year, so he is locked into the playoffs. He won on the road course earlier in the season. Ryan Newman has to check up big time with Martin Truex Jr. coming out of the pit lane. That stacks up the inside. DiBenedetto, who had a gigantic lead after that, is going to get rained down by the 99 down the back straightaway for a major, major run. There's Byron. That's going to help Schneider as he gets the draft off the back of the 24, and he'll take the lead for the first time today at lap 12. Clearing DiBenedetto off turn 4. Stenhouse the 2nd following through as well. Schneider now trying to put Byron a lap down early on. Here's more cars coming out of the pit lane. Have to watch him on the inside of the racetrack. Oh my goodness, Chad Fincham so much slower than the rest of the field there. Everybody missed him though. Byron might try to pick Schneider behind Brad Keselowski. This is going to get interesting. Oh, and somehow Brad pulled to the high side in front of the 24 instead. I think he was just trying to get out of the way. Yeah, massive run. Ross Chastain's got on the inside being pushed by somebody. Might have been Blaney in the 12, and meanwhile it's Stenhouse who will get to the inside of Schneider for the lead. Schneider led 1 lap and loses the lead immediately to Stenhouse. That 77 car is hauling right now. Still can't tell exactly who is pushing from behind. Gosh, Blicky coming out of pits. That's going to cause an accident one of these times. Would not be surprised. Especially how packed up the field is to get to them. Luckily, they haven't been more than side by side. Schneider carries a massive run again on Stenhouse. Side drafted him, and now he's getting a pull off of the 00 in front of him. Schneider to the lead on the high side. Now sneaks underneath Houck, getting into the corner. Quinn Houck hung out to dry. And everybody who pitted during the last caution is now going to have to come to pit road very, very shortly. And it looks like Stenhouse will bring a lot of cars onto pit road out of the lead pack. Schneider will stay out at least 1 more lap as he regains the race lead. And he'll lead a 2nd lap in the early going of the race. Look at Chastain coming through. There was no chance Schneider had a block in that runoff. He thought about it and then realized that was probably not going to be the wise decision, especially in stage 1. Midway through the first stage as well. Had a good push from Kyle Busch. He'll get back underneath the 77 again. Chastain's going to have to find a way to get to the bottom or he's not going to be able to pit this time. Schneider will hold that double yellow line so he can make his way to pit road. Kyle Busch might be out of fuel off turn 4 as he started to brake a little bit early. Schneider going to have to be careful. Getting a little squirrely trying to get the car from 200 miles an hour down to 55 onto the pit lane. We see a lot of accidents in recent years when that has been the case, but he does make it into the pits. 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel coming. This is already the second set of tires going on the car in stage 1. Got to be a little bit concerning early on. Ethan, Cars One Boy, welcome to the stream as well. Racing like Kyle Larson 2.0. Yes, we are. Points are shooken up because Keegan has dominated the season. At the top of the field, at least, yes. As far as like the drivers that are racing for points right now that don't have wins, there might be some surprising guys that don't have wins yet that aren't locked in, but you know, outside of that, they're still quite a ways ahead of the cutoff line. Quinn out 2021 champ. Well, technically this would be 20. I guess it would be 2021. Oh, and now we got a caution. Right in the middle of green flag stops. There were a few cars that still have not pitted yet. Our second caution of the race was 79 laps to go. 3 past to Brad Keselowski in 35th. I think he ran out of fuel and couldn't get to pit road the lap before, so he'll get bailed out. Getting the free pass, and there are a few fast cars. Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, those are 2 favorites anytime you come to the Super Speedway. Heck, even Justin Haley, and they're all a lap down late in stage 1. So everybody who did not pit yet will pit now for the most part, and everybody else will stay out. May be able to make it on field at the end of the stage now. We'll have to see. Here we go, green flag back in the air. Chastain will lead the field to the green. Talladega, Schneider will restart in the 6th position. And we have 10 laps to go in stage 1. Schneider's about a lap short on fuel. Look at Chase Elliott getting the push from Kevin Harvick. He'll take it 3 wide for the lead into turn 1. And Chastain gets put in the sucker hole. Schneider goes high to try and bump draft to Benedetto. Now he pulls down in line on the bottom, hanging the 21 car out to block the 37 of Ryan Preece. Harvick going to make a move on his own on Elliott. These 2 had a rivalry in real life this last weekend at Bristol. I don't think that'll translate to the video game, but I guess you never know. And now Schneider's getting a massive push from Kyle Busch. He'll go up the middle 3 wide for the lead. Splitting the 4 and the 9. Schneider back out in front with a huge help from Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain up high. Be the 3rd lap Schneider has led in stage 1. Oh, Busch gets sideways. What a save in the tri-oval. I don't know if he got clipped by the 77 behind him. He must have had to have gotten clipped because he just completely jumped sideways, and look at all the spots he lost in the middle. Actually kind of filed himself in line behind Harvick, and he only lost maybe 3 or 4 positions. Could have completely lost the race. Caused a huge accident at the front of the field. We have had 2 yellows, 1 at the front of the field. Somehow we've had nothing more than a single car incident so far. They're trying to hold on as much as he can. Harvick on the high side, being pushed by Kyle Busch in the 18. Busch is definitely shown to be a good push car on this last restart. Got the 99 to the lead, now he'll get the 4 to the lead. Both the 18 and the 4 pulled down to the bottom now. And they're trying to side draft the 18, and he got shuffled out of line there. That didn't work out very well. It's Ryan Preece pushing him up high. Harvick trying to break a little bit of a draft on the 18 of Busch, and we have another caution back in the pack. My goodness. 3 cautions already in stage 1. About to get another for the stage break very, very shortly, too. caution fest of a race so far today. I still don't think anybody's DNF'd, at least to this point. Maybe that yellow might have finally DNF'd somebody. I still don't know how Michael McDowell's in this race. He hit the wall hard, driver's side door first. He's currently 22nd. A lot of cars pitting this time, but there are a few staying out. Schneider will be restarting second behind Kevin Harvick, or on the outside of Harvick, rather. Harvick will be the leader on the restart. He was the leader at the yellow as well. He wants a chance to get a stage win here. Of course, he doesn't have any race wins this season, so he's going to look for all the playoff points he can get.
Coming to the green.
Get closer to the playoffs.
Be ready here.
Green flag back in the air. And it'll be Kevin Harvick leading the field to the green.
5 to go.
5 laps to go in stage 1. Harvick not going to pull the same mistake Chastain did on the last restart. Not giving up that double yellow line. Josh Bilicki was the one that actually kind of pulled off the bottom. He restarted 5th. He's now in that middle lane. Schneider trying to side draft the inside as much as he can, but the outside's definitely not a preferred lane. Side draft to 19 again. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's been a good push car so far, and now he's going to push the 99 again. Harvick going to go high to try and block Schneider. Busch is still going to push the 99, and Schneider's going to go up the middle, 3 wide for the lead, just like the last restart. This time it's between the 4 and the 19, but again, it's Kyle Busch to push him there. Schneider out in front, 4 laps to go in stage 1 at Talladega. 4th lap led of the race of the first 26. Schneider's just trying to hang on for dear life now. Good luck.
Car there on the inside. Clear down low. Still there inside. Bottom clear.
Walking for his life and for this playoff point. He's got a lot of stage wins this year. Why not try to add another? You never have too many playoff wins. Got a chance to lock up the regular season championship today. All he has to do is beat Denny Hamlin by 8 points to do so today. That'll clinch the regular season championship 2 races before the end of the regular season. Keselowski up the middle, going for second, being pushed by William Byron. A lot of Super Speedway winners and Talladega winners running inside the top 5. All but Martin Truex Jr. has won on a Super Speedway in the top 5. And the top 3 have all had wins at Talladega. Schneider with 1, Kyle Busch with 1. Brad Keselowski with 6. Harvick, who was just in the top 5, he's got a couple wins at Talladega as well. That 77 with Chastain's looked very, very fast early on. Jackson Thomas, Rod G, Earl Arnold Jr. Welcome to the stream, guys. Schneider trying to hang on. 3 more laps, actually 2 more laps in stage 1 this time by. Already led the first 3 laps after the restart. Difficult to block 3 lanes at once, but he's doing about as good of a job as he possibly can. Doesn't seem like he's got as fast of a car as what he did last time we were at Talladega this season when he led over 70 laps. A 500-mile race in the Geico 500. Saw the run Keselowski had. My goodness, this is just wild here today. And we get another caution. That will end the stage. We'll see if they make it back to the green-white checkered flag. They're 4 wide for second place. And here comes Quinn Houff in the second lane. Second from the bottom, at least. I don't think Schneider's going to be able to block all 4 lanes out, but he's going to try as they get into turn 1 on the final lap of the stage. Will they make it? Keselowski's losing a lot of ground on the high side. Houff and Chastain still side by side for second. Michael McDowell, who led the first couple laps and crashed, is now back inside the top 5 as they head into turn 3. Less than a half a mile to go. Who will get the opening stage win? Byron pulls to pit road. He's got an issue. He may be out of fuel. Schneider's going to make it. He knows that. And he'll block all 4 lanes when they came to the final lap of the stage, and Keegan Schneider will win stage 1. 31st stage win of the season for the 99. Throw on that third set of tires. Topping off on fuel now. Just, again, what a wild start to this race at Talladega. Action-packed indeed, Dark Crypto. Really fifth in the league. And Perez, welcome to the stream. Here we go. William Byron will restart from the lead. He had an issue at the end of the stage, and I think he pitted, which technically you're not supposed to do in the final two stages. Pit road would be closed, but no penalty in this game, I guess, for it. I still abide by the rules, but that is going to not be a penalty for William Byron, so he gets to restart from the lead. Byron trying to cheat to get into the playoffs here. He's in a desperate situation. He's willing to break the rules. And back to dominance of that stage one win indeed. Somehow we blocked all four lanes coming to the final lap of the stage. Look at Michael McDowell. He has not wrecked all the speed out of the race car, that is for certain. He's up here challenging for the lead again. I think the guy to look out for is probably Ross Chastain. He looks like he may have the quickest car in the field, into Kyle Busch. Busch nowhere to be found for the moment, but I'm sure he'll be back up here at some point, probably by the end of the race if he keeps the car out of trouble. 26 to go in stage 2. Final stage will be just over 40 laps. That was a big moment. Into turn 1, Schneider tried to squeeze between the 77 and the 6. He pulled down too early and almost put himself in the wall. There's Kyle Busch. He's just inside the top 10 on the outside lane right now.
Still there. Got a car low now. Got a car coming inside now.
He's just losing a bunch of ground. That moment he had checked up both himself and McDowell behind him. Even Busch a little bit. Busch is really hung out of line.
Got a car low now. Hold your line, stay high.
I was wondering who Adrian was when I was reading your previous comment. Not a big fan of autocorrect myself.
Careful, still there.
Jones about to put Newman in the wall with a block.
Clear high, clear high.
That would be the NASCAR Heat 5 damage model is what is keeping Michael McDowell alive in this race. That's for sure. Eric Jones is all over the place. I can't tell if he's trying to block like that or if he's just sideways in the center of the corner. Looked like he was the corner before that, too. Oh, my goodness.
Still there.
That was almost a big crash. Schneider tried to bump draft Jones, and he got sideways again. That setup that Jones has is looking unstable as he swings wide again. And Schneider's just going to get around it for Jones has some sort of an issue.
Clear high, bud.
Look at the speed the 99's got down the back straightaway. 209 miles an hour and closing in fast.
Still there.
Trying to go for the lead, but now the run stalls out. He's got nobody in front of him to draft and nobody behind to help push.
Still there inside.
Went from second to fifth that quick. Still stayed over 200 miles an hour. Slap at the start finish line of 47.478. Look at the Benedetto pulling out of line drastically. Schneider's going to try to help him. Record-breaking speeds. It's about as fast as he can go in this game. Any track.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
This is before the enhancements to the current Super Speedway package that have dropped the speeds down after the Talladega race this last spring. Now it's tough for these cars to get consistently above 195 by the end of the straightaway. The idea to try and keep the cars on the ground for when they crash.
You got room.
Keep from having some not only airborne crashes, but most importantly, just keeping the cars from blowing over like Legato did at Talladega earlier in the spring this season. Got 11 people watching right now. Early going of stage 2. Only 4 likes so far, so hit that like button. Helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NASCAR content. Looked like we had a car in the wall off turn 2 back there. Might have stacked up a little bit. Schneider gets a run on William Byron. He'll pull low. It's been a wild opening start. Oh, car around. Chastain into the wall. And we have already our 5th caution of the race. Watch Chastain spins into the wall head on, much like Mcdowell did from the lead. Chastain rather. I was right. It's inside the top 5, probably had one of the fastest cars in the field. And now he has spun. My goodness. All the favorites are getting taken out. And Mcdowell rallied back to the top 10. But I think that might have been it for Chastain. He's not pitting. I think he crashed out of the race. So, similar crash to Mcdowell, but he was not able to survive it. And we're going to be seeing pit stops again. Schneider already pitting for his 4th set of tires, and we're only in stage 2. That could be a little concerning. Green flag back in the air. Byron wins the race off pit road. We'll get the restart from the lead. Schneider trying to nail the restart on the high side. 19 to go in stage 2. I did not put a full tank of fuel in. I'm not sure why. Probably like 2 laps shorter than everybody else. The way the cautions have been flying, I think we'll be alright. Probably catch a yellow before everybody has to pit again anyway. Ross Chastain is out of the race, one of only 2 cars out of the race, despite the 5 cautions so far. Al shuffled into the middle, Cole Custer in the mix for the first time. Jones on the high side, he's going to put Schneider 3 wide middle. Custer on the bottom. Austin Dillon going for his first lead of the race. Mcdowell going to try to push the 99 in that middle lane right now. They're almost 4 wide back there. They are 4 wide. Really got to hold your lane. I'm surprised we haven't had the big one. We had 2 crashes at the front of the pack. Chastain and Mcdowell have spun. Chastain's out of the race now, but none have caused more than a single car accident somehow. Everybody has been able to miss the carnage to this point at least. Austin Dillon leads this race. He's going to pull to the high side. Cole Custer and Kevin Harvick, the SHR teammates, trying to go to the bottom. Byron just shoved the 99 4 wide into the middle as Dillon got hung out to dry on the high side, and it is just a huge pack. Oh, and Harvick gets sideways in the tri-oval and he saves it. That got disastrous. I think the 95 might have gotten into his left rear a little bit because he was sideways before Schneider had even gotten to his back bumper. And Harvick is now 4 wide in the middle off turn 2. This is like NASCAR 15. I have not played NASCAR 15, but I've seen the Super Speedway race on this game. This is what it looks like here today. I've not seen this kind of action out of Heat 5 before. And the, like 14, 15 months the game has been to the public. Got spaced out quickly at the front. They were 4 wide like 2 seconds ago. Oh, look at BJ McLeod. Getting blocked big time by Almirola. Big one incoming. Dark Crypto suspects something is about to happen. They're trying to save as much fuel in the draft as he can, as they did not get enough gas in the car at the end of that caution. Everybody will have to pit before the end of the stage anyway. Cheddar may have to pit a few laps sooner. Just have to wait and see. He's consistent with just bump drafting Cole Custer for the moment. I mean, the way these guys have been racing, there is no way we're going to get to the end of the race without a big one. We have had a big one in every Super Speedway race in the Cup Series on the career mode so far. And the way this one has started, I'm surprised we haven't even had one in the first half of the race. That's the thing, we're only halfway done, maybe not even. Let BJ push it. And McLeod comes in only 7 points below the cutoff line. This could be some massive stage points in stage 2 for him, especially with Clint Boyer not looking like he's in the top 10. And the points are on the left side of the screen. Those are the points coming into the race today. Those will not be updated at the end of the stages until we get to the regular season finale, which will be at Martinsville on Monday night. The next NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode race will not be until Sunday afternoon at Road America. We'll have a 50-lap race, I believe, on tap for that one. It's amazing how quickly the field got spread apart. That's going to be good for Schneider, though. It'll be a lot easier for him to be able to hit field spaced apart like this. Just imagine BJ McLeod in the playoffs. So he has, and I said he had 4 top 10s this season. I was looking back on it. He's got 4 top 5s this season and 6 top 10s. That is the season BJ McLeod's had this year, and that's why he's just a little bit outside the cutoff line. He's had some stellar runs. He's actually finished in the top 3 a couple times, but he's not gotten that win yet. Top 4 all nose to tail and have just pulled away from the pack right now. Schneider may have to pit this lap. Be his second green flag stop of the race. It's going to be likely that these 4 are going to be able to stay out of trouble, at least with the ball drafting one another, so that's definitely a bright side. BJ and Quinn have NASCAR champs. We'll see. Yeah, watch McLeod point his way in and Quinn Houff win today at Talladega. Though Quinn Houff won today. For anybody below the cutoff line, that's going to hurt McLeod's chances. It's going to put him further below the cutoff line. He'd have to chase Almirola as of right now. And Boyer. Schneider stays out again. Hoping for a yellow. The top 4 are migrating to the outside, it looks like, through the tri-oval. Schneider will get to the bottom by the time they get into 3 and 4. And we get a caution, so good thing Schneider stayed out. He'll get the caution flag. And he will pit this time. Gonna have about 9 laps to go in the stage when we go back to green. It's gonna be the 5th set of tires going on the race car already. We're gonna go right sides only. Right side tires only. So this will give us 3.5 sets left. We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna run out of tires. All the cautions going. We can't just pit 4 tires every yellow like we have so far. Newman plus 186. Yeah, there's a good chance Newman's going to clinch up points at the end of the race. I think he's got to be 120 above 15th. So he's got to be 120 above Almirola as of right now. Unless we get a different winner, then he'd have to be 120 ahead of Kurt Busch. Green flag back in there. Wow, Schneider just spun his tires on the restart. And he is about to get freight trained. BJ McLeod's going to go 3 wide for the lead. Even Bowman had a pretty good restart in the middle. He got out of harm's way quickly. Schneider goes from 1st to 8th at about half a corner on the restart, spinning the tires. Byron is hopped in line behind him. Schneider's trying to get up to speed and draft off the back of a 34. And he's starting to close back in. Trying to go up the middle, nobody going to help there. Schneider going to get back inside the top 5 on turn 4 on the bottom. Trying to get the Dale Sr. throwback scheme to victory lane for the 2nd straight race. Just like he did at Michigan 2 nights ago. Just got underneath BJ McLeod, side drafting pretty good that time. It's going to be close on fuel to the end of the stage. Gets shuffled out of line. It looks like he hops in front of Byron in 5th. Bowman is trying to block the heck out of Schneider. Schneider sways back and forth, finally gets to a corner panel, whether it was the right side or the left side. He didn't care. He's able to side draft right back by him. And again, he pulls behind Cole Custer. He'll sit and draft for now to try and save fuel so he can make it to the end of the stage. Or at least for the next couple laps. He'll have to go at some point. He's going to want to obviously get that next playoff point. And you don't want to wait too long, because if we get a caution late enough, it may end the stage. seen that numerous times this season. A couple times on the super speedways already as well, and so much for saving fuel. He saved maybe a half a lap, and he'll hop out of line. I should say he didn't even save a half a lap, he just rode behind the 41 for a half a lap. Gets to the bottom, not quite clear yet. Bowman will help him clear. Quickly, Bowman backs out of the gas, trying to get a run of his own. It's side draft for 41. Hendrick Chevys are split up with a 24 and the 88 right now. Just imagine, there's a possibility all 4 Hendrick Chevys can miss the playoffs this year. We had 2 miss the playoffs last year. I thought that was nuts. We could have 4 of them miss this time. 6 to go, stage 2. Oh boy. They're trying to sweep the stages here today at Talladega. Remember, this is the site of our championship finale. It'll be a 500 lap race in the Alabama 500 in the championship 4. Imagine the racing you've seen so far tonight, but with the championship on the line. And twice as long of a race, how nerve-wracking that would be. Of course, that would mean this is our second of 3 trips to the track. Josh Malicki trying to win the stage. Well, outside the cutoff line, perhaps his final chance to try and make the playoffs. Had a few upset winners so far this year. Would not be surprised if we saw another one. Especially today. I'd say either today or at Road America would be the 2 best chances for it. Today being the better of those 2. Oh, car on the wall on the high side. Cole Custer may have blown a right front tire, and that's a shame for him because he was looking pretty good on speed today. And with that caution, we'll have another restart before the end of the stage. Just 40 to go. Our 3rd caution of stage 2, our 7th total. And we are only, what, 55 laps into the race? My goodness. Schneider's going to stay out again. He's going to conserve those tires. Denny Hamlin will get the free pass. Austin Dillon, Ross Chastain, Jimmy Johnson, the 3 drivers out of the race so far. Tough break for Dillon. He was leading not too long ago. John Hunter in the 38, yes, because this is the 2020 game. Not Anthony Alfredo, my bad. Yeah, John Hunter Nemechek's in the playoffs. I said Anthony Alfredo earlier. That's because of his, I think it was this season. Oh, wow, this is it. Final lap of the stage on the restart. Just a 1-lap green-white checker to decide the stage winner. Schneider gets a good launch initially there. I mean, they're barely going to get up to speed by the time they make it off turn 4. Licky's got to run. Thought about pulling high. He'll go to the bottom. Eric Almirola will pull high. Ryan Blaney right behind him. And now Kenseth way up there. Almirola tries to block. Now Malicki pulls high into turn 3, but he doesn't have a lot of help. Schrader's pulling away off turn 4, but is he getting too much of a gap? It'll be William Byron back behind, up to 2nd place, getting a pull. Him and Malicki are side by side. Blaney trying to push the 7. He's coming, but it's a little too late. That was a pretty easy restart for the 99, and Keegan Schneider has swept the stages today at Talladega. Four tires and fuel coming up at the stage break now means he stayed out. Split strategy. Probably the drivers, well, most of the drivers pit there. I think we just have a lot topping off of that 1 lap. So we'll have 2 sets of tires left now as we pit at the stage break. 32nd stage win of the season now. And now a chance to try and go for the 16th win of the year after sweeping the stages at Talladega. We'll have 32 laps to go when we go green. BJ McLeod going to restart from the lead. Only 2 cars stayed out of the pits after all that. It looked like most of the field was going to stay out. Instead, most of the field pit. So only McLeod and David Reagan decided to hit pit road. Green flag back in the air. Schneider got a great launch on the 78. Three wide on the bottom of the racetrack. All clear in the center of the corner. Great restart. Third to first, all by himself, really. John Hunter Nemechek won the Coke 600. We'll just call it a fuel mileage one. We DNF'd and it randomized the finishing order. That's the only reason John Hunter Nemechek's got to win this season. Really the only finish that got randomized of the 4 races we've DNF'd in so far this season. Almirola, Blaney, a couple Talladega winners up here. Logano, a Talladega winner as well in the top 5. I'm just trying to go to the high side of the 88 a moment. Kapalicki and Talladega winner also behind him of David Reagan. I'll tell you what, McLeod and Reagan lost a lot of ground on that restart. Yep, 2.5 sets of tires. So we went right sides on the final stop that we took in stage 2. Pretty good move, especially the cautions keep waving the way they have. We've had 8 cautions so far in the race today, and I don't think we're done yet. Schneider trying to hold on as long as he can. Tyler Reddick to the high side being pushed by Clint Boyer, who is the last driver in on points coming into the race, which could be problematic if we get a winner below the cutoff line that you do not see on the screen or is in the negative on the screen, the left-hand side where the points are. Then Boyer would be the first driver out exiting this Dega race. Although he pushed Reddick to the lead, that might actually be at a very big cost. I know we're still a little bit of a ways out from the finish, but we are getting closer and closer. Already just 29 laps to go this time by. Just imagine how quick this race would go if we didn't have 8 cautions going. Big time side draft on Reddick, and he doesn't have a lot of help. Look at Bobby Carter inside the top 3, the only generated driver in the field. He's going to push Schneider back to the lead. Bobby Carter's up to 2nd. You want to talk about a miracle? I don't think there would be any bigger miracle than Bobby Carter going to victory lane today at Talladega. I tell you guys are excited down in the chat right now. Oh, look at Blaney hanging out Reddick up the middle. What a run by the 12 car. Now he pulls in front of the 8. Got a little loose. Almirola's like, all right, I'll just take that lane now. Wreck Bobby. Not here, that's for sure. I will not let anybody win. I want all the points I can. After missing the championship 4 by just 1 point last season, I know I got 15 wins, but I do not want to miss the championship 4 again. When we DNF like the first 2 races of the round, we go into the Bristol night race, which is, or no, Charlotte Roval's the last race of the round, if I remember correctly. That's not where I want to go to at any sort of risk of trying to point my way in. Couldn't make up his mind quick enough. Really, I don't think he had any choice. Bobby Carter's going to get to the lead, but Schneider will cross him over into 3. 73 got around. He pulled high to block, and Stenhouse gave the 99 a big push. Carter trying to side draft now off turn 4, and he gets the pole right back. David Reagan coming into the pits. Remember, he stayed out during the stage break. Cars that did pit only got about 4 more laps of fuel that they can go. Schneider by half a car length will lead that lap at the line.
Careful. Still there. All clear.
And it blocks Carter. I have a passion for hating Bobby Carter. Did he wreck you like offline or something? Oh my goodness, 4 wide again! Carter on the high side with no help. He's going straight backwards.
Yellow's out. Back
And now we got a caution back in the pack. That might have bailed Carter out. Actually, I think Carter brought out the yellow. No, he fell back to 11th already. Never mind. I guess he didn't bring out the caution. Somebody brought it out. It's our 9th yellow of the race with just 26 laps to go. And I believe, well, no, David Reagan, who was on pit road at the time of the caution, is going to restart the lead now. It's unbelievable. That was a perfectly timing yellow for David Reagan. And we are now only going to have 22 laps to go when we go green. Does Quinn, Josh, or Bobby have any top 10s? Let me check. I don't think Balicki's got any top 10s. Let me pause it real quick. I'm going to check that. Quinn Half, I know for a fact, does. Quinn Half's got 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. Josh Balicki, I've been keeping track of stats for everybody this season, so that's why I have it. Josh Balicki does not have any top 10s. And who else did you say? Bobby Carter. I don't think, yeah, Bobby Carter's got 1 top 10 as well. I think that came in the Daytona race. The second Daytona race. So Quinn Half's got 2 top 10s. And 1 top 5. Bobby Carter's got 1 top 10. Josh Balicki doesn't have any top 10s this season. They all have a shot to win here at Talladega and punch their ticket into the playoffs. That's just unbelievable. Let's get on into this. Oh, I meant to pit there. Are you kidding? Oh, jeez. We're in trouble now. Green flag back in the air. Schneider's only going to be able to make it 1 or 2 laps before having to pit. 22 to go. Well, that's not good. The good thing is, even if you would have pit there, everybody will still have to pit 1 more time to the end of the race. I guess it does conserve tires. I don't think it's going to matter much this late now in the going. Look at Joey Gase inside the top 3. Fighting his way around Boyer on the restart. Schneider going to stay out 1 more lap in case we get another caution. Then he'll pit the following time by with 21 laps to go. Stenhouse up to 2nd on the restart. Schneider is going to have to make sure if he does lose the lead that he's going to have to be on the double yellow line. They're going to have to pass him on the high side. They'll have to be careful blocking when they get down the back straightaway this next lap. And here comes Stenhouse. Schneider will check him for now. He can get down to the bottom in plenty of time in front of Eric down the road. Yeah, the miscommunication between the crew chief and the driver was, why are you so worried about points right now? You have 15 wins. You're well in the playoffs. The driver was worried too much about the points behind him. Schneider going to pull the pit road. Try not to lock the tires up. 55 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Going to go no tires, trying to make sure he will be able to get back out on the racetrack. He'll take a full tank of fuel so he can hopefully remain on the lead lap, and he's just going to have to take tires if we get another caution. He's going to have no drafting help. This is going to definitely hurt the 99. Oh, wow, caution's out. Caution is out. Well, that was perfect. Well, the problem is we're taking fuel only, so now we're going to have to pit again under the yellow. And take tires. That would have came out 2 seconds sooner. I would have just taken tires there. We wouldn't have had to pit during the caution. From the lead back to 37th. With less than 20 to go on the restart. Only other driver pitting outside of Schneider during the yellow is David Reagan. 4 fresh tires coming. That will give Schneider just 1.5 sets of tires left the rest of the race. Oh boy.
All right, be smart out there. Going green. Almost ready.
Green flag back in the air again. We'll stick with the normal camera to the end of the race. 17 laps to go here at Talladega. Schneider wants to get a car behind him so he can have some drafting help. Him and David Reagan have 2 extra laps of fuel compared to everybody else. But everybody will still have to pit to the end of the race before the caution. Barbecue for dinner, that sounds pretty good. Corey LaJoie to the lead into turn 3. They're 3 wide for second place behind. Schneider's trying to get going. Look at Kyle Busch getting sideways in the corner. How did he fall all the way in the back? Did he pull off the similar strategy we did? BJ McLeod's at the back all of a sudden. These are some fast cars. Almirola lost a lot of track position on that last restart. 16 to go. Truex has never won on a super speedway, and he has not won yet this season. In a weird year for upset winners on the Heat 5 career mode. Stenhouse has fallen all the way back. He actually, I thought, took the lead when Schneider had to pit. Trying to go 3 wide. David Reagan is following the 99. When David Reagan got into the playoffs last season, winning the regular season finale, which was at Daytona at the time. Now it's at Martinsville, but he's trying to win a super speedway race late in the season to get in. He's led some laps already today, multiple times at that. He's got a massive run as he pulls to the middle. Corey LaJoie, who led on the restart, has fallen all the way back to 16th, and we have another caution. I don't think we've had longer than a 5-lap green flag run in the final stage yet. Plagued with yellows, our 11th of the race. We're just one more for tying for the most in a single race so far this season. I would not be surprised if we saw a couple more at this rate. Now we're going to have 12 laps to go when we go green. Schneider's going to pit for right side tires only. That'll give him... Actually, he's just going to pit for 4 tires. Why not? 4 tires and fuel. He'll have right sides only he can pit for at the end of the race. He'll top off on fuel. We'll see if he'll be good to the end. Lost a few spots. We had some drivers probably take fuel only up at the front of the field. And maybe some drivers just stayed out. That's possible too. Green flag back in the air. Strategy's been all over the place today. So we got right sides only. Left sides are going to have to survive to the end of the race. 12 laps to go. They should be able to. And honestly, we get another caution. We're probably just going to take... Well, honestly, either way, I think we're good on tires to the end of the race. I think we've managed them just well enough. Squeezing up the middle. Got into the back of Byron, and now they're 4 wide down the back straightaway. Schneider clears Wallace on the inside. Pulls down so that way they're 3 wide into the corner. And he hit one. Nailing the restart in the middle lane. David Reagan stayed out of the pit, so he's right back in the lead again. Wallace pushes Schneider into the middle. Schneider side drafts Ryan Blaney. 11 laps to go at Talladega. Truex is falling back. They're 4 wide in turn 1. Blaney almost making contact with Eric Jones. Hamlin gets a little bit loose. A little bit of contact as well, and they're 4 wide down the back straightaway. Still no big one with the 11 yellows. Contact between Martin Truex Jr. and Chase Elliott. Elliott might have gotten a piece of the wall as well as he checked the outside up big time. He's still trying to get his momentum back.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
10 to go this time by.
That's 10 solid laps. Concentrate.
David Reagan trying to do it 2 seasons in a row and get a win on the career mode on a super speedway. Blicky getting hung out to dry on the high side. Fincham pulled up, but it was a little late.
Careful, still there.
Nothing doing there. Joey Gase almost made contact with Michael McDowell on the high side off the exit of turn 2. Schneider finally gets his way around Byron. He's trying to go.
Stay on the bottom here. Car there on the outside. You're clear all around there.
That last restart we just had be the final one of the race. David Reagan has lost the lead. He's going backwards. Schneider might pick him up in the draft. And he will. They're going to hop down to the bottom. Now Stenhouse has lost the inside while he was in second. Reagan can't get back down to the bottom, neither can Stenhouse. Schneider, he does, and now he's up to 5th in the middle of 1 and 2. Can't tell who that is in the lead. That might be John Hunter Nemechek in the lead. Newman in second, Ryan Priest in third, Chad Fincham getting pushed. He won at Talladega in the Geico 500 last season. Schneider gets underneath him now. What a move. Oh, Fincham out of the gas all of a sudden. I don't know what he had to check up for, but he checked up. It is Nemechek, 38 car. The Cash App paint scheme. 8 laps to go. Schneider and Stenhouse back inside the top 3, and they'll bump track trying to catch Ryan Newman, who had a big advantage into turn 1. That's going to give the 47 to 99 a gigantic run off turn 2. Newman goes high, Schneider underneath him. They'll side draft down the back straightaway. Now he'll pull away. And as they head into turn number 3, the 99 is back out in front at Dega once again. Trying to get his second win at the racetrack. Oh, Stenhouse pulling the pit road. So is David Reagan. They both stayed out of the pits during the last caution. Everybody will have to pit before the end of the race if it does go green. Even the leaders are 2 to 3 laps short. Yeah, caution is going to be borderline. Pack is split into 2, it looks like. Byron Bowman back inside the top 5. Blaney as well. Ryan Newman looking high. Schneider with the block in the tri-oval. Ryan Blaney up to second place. 6 laps to go at Talladega. 3 by 3 from second on back. Schneider trying to get the Wrangler throwback Dale Sr. scheme to victory lane. Zigzagging down the back straightaway. He blocked 4 lanes at once to get the stage 1 win on the last lap. He's blocking 3 lanes at once now, but we still have 6 to go. Coming to 5 this time by. Will anybody pit? Not this time, not in the front pack at least. Oh, Bubba Wallace has just shot himself to the inside. Underneath his best friend, Ryan Blaney, and BJ McLeod's back in it as well. We got some cars coming out of the pits. And they're 3 by 3 as they get into the corner. Wallace going for the lead. Inside lane, checks up. Chase Elliott, and I couldn't tell who the other car was, has just stacked up about 2 or 3 lanes, leaving the top 4 or 5 strung out. Newman on the high side, Byron in the middle, Blaney on the bottom. Schneider still trying to block 3 lanes. Blaney will pit. Schneider stays out another lap. 4 laps to go, this time by Talladega. Bowman on the high side. He's got to run into turn 1, but no help. All these cars are still going to have to pit at the front unless they're a lap down with the few that are mixed in. Bobby Carter back inside the top 5 again. Reese is still there. Bowman hanging on the high side. They're 3x3 into turn 3. There's going to be some drivers that are not going to be able to make it to pit road up there. And now Newman's out of gas. Few cars out of gas as they try to make it to pit road. Bowman and Schneider will make the dive into the pits. Schneider going to use all the racetrack, those guys out of fuel behind him. Trying to gain as much time as he can. Got to make sure you don't speed. And he locks the tires at the last second. It'll be fuel only. And it will be just a half a tank of gas, and that's it. This will be a very, very quick stop. And who will get the cycle back out in the race lead? I'd have to assume most of these drivers are going fuel only. .3 seconds. Schneider going to pull out there. He's the first one off pit road of everybody that just pit. But can he get back up to speed before the leaders get back around? It's going to be close. Got one car coming up on the high side up there. That might be Ryan Blaney in the 12. 2.5 laps left at Talladega. BJ McLeod is the leader, but he is pitting right now. Top 6 stayed out an extra lap. Blaney gets held up by Justin Haley, who tried to block him into 3 as Haley was getting up to speed. If the 16 and the 12 could draft each other, they could probably get to the 99 with a very big momentum. Schneider to the lead at the line, 2 to go, and Haley's going to bump draft him. Three-car race for the moment. Haley now going to back out of the 99, trying to get a run of his own. It's going to be tough to do it with 2 cars, but if there's any super speedway package that you could do it, it's this. And how about that pack of cars back there from 4th on back rumbling through, probably on average 10 to 15 miles an hour faster than the 3 that are strung out at the front of the field, especially with these 3 not even running single file. Because Blaney is going for second now on Justin Haley. Somebody else pulling out of pit, onto pit road. That pack is coming, and it is led by Bobby Carter. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go at Talladega. Oh, and here's a late block on the high side. Schneider shuts the door on Haley. Back to the bottom now on Ryan Blaney. Carter's got a run in the middle of 1 and 2. He's got Super Speedway ace Denny Hamlin behind him. Schneider trying to hang on for yet another Super Speedway win. Trying to go back-to-back as well. Hamlin looks to take it 3 wide into the corner, but Blaney shuts the door on the inside. Haley getting pushed on the top right now. And it's by Bobby Carter in the 73 as they come off of turn 4 one final time. Schneider blocks. 2 lanes still. Blaney might be out of fuel. Checkered flag. Schneider wins at Talladega. I think Blaney ran it out of gas coming to the checker. And Schneider is going to win his 16th race of the season. Sweeping the stages. A different type of finish by Talladega standards, but a crazy good one nonetheless. And Schneider gets the win again. Career win number 21. And if he outpointed Hamlin by 8 points in this race, and he will have clinched the regular season championship. Not sure where Hamlin crossed the start-finish line there. Blaney ran out of gas. I don't know if he was behind him or not. It's kind of hard to tell as they came to the checker. No upset winner. here today. This might be the longest Talladega burnout of all time. We could go for more, but I think we'll save this engine for the regular season finale. When we come back to Talladega, Schneider has won the first 2 races at Talladega this season. Unbelievable race. Look at that top 5 and even really the top 10. Schneider with the win, winning both stages in the race. Justin Haley second, Bobby Carter third, John Hunter Nemechek. Oh my goodness, look at that crash McDowell had earlier. Never mind. More than one car was collected. I don't think I've seen a car go that high up in the air in this game before. How did we not see that earlier when he spun? He didn't completely flip, he just kind of just went airborne and landed back on all 4. Almost had a blowover. Oh my gosh, Chastain did too! Surfing on top of cars, look at that! How did we miss those accidents earlier? I didn't think anybody got collected in those. I wish we would have saw it. That would have been perfect if we would have had replays in this game for the caution like we did in the EA Sports games, but oh well. Denny Hamlin finishes 6th. That's 31 points. Schneider with the win alone gets 40. We won both stages too. So no matter where Denny Hamlin finished in the stages, we outscored him by more than 8 points today. So Keegan Schneider, oh my gosh, Tyler Reddick. That might have been the worst of the 3. What was it? I did not see any one of those 3 flips earlier. What was that? Is anybody else watching these replays on the screen? Too bad we can't go back into the replay. I'd go back and look at all those. I didn't even know those happened. So yes, Keegan Schneider has locked up the regular season championship. That's an additional 15 playoff points on top of the 16 wins and 32 stage wins. Here's the McDowell Wreck again. Yeet! I guess he did go up and over. Never mind. He didn't come. Get back down on all 4. That was after a couple barrel rolls. End over end. My goodness. See where BJ McLeod finished. Man, he finished way at the back. 31st. That's a tough break for McLeod. Clint Boyer finished 10th. He got a top 10 finish out of it. Denny Hamlin 6th. Josh Bilicki 7th. Clint Half with his 3rd top 10 of the year, finishing 8th. Bowman 9th, and Clint Boyer rounded out the top 10. Boyer outscored McLeod by a lot of points. I don't know what the stage points look like. I'll have to just go back through and re-edit the point standings once I close the stream out, but crazy race. How about McDowell flipping and finishing 19th? Reddick flipped. I think he DNF'd. Yeah, Reddick DNF'd. So did Chastain. So 2 of the 3 cars that flipped today did crash out of the race with their flips. Somehow McDowell, oh my gosh, look at that. He went like 200 miles an hour, flipped, landed on his roof, and just stopped immediately as soon as he landed on his roof. Didn't slide, he just stopped. The glitchiest wrecks I've ever seen in this game. Telling you, Talladega is wild. Jimmy Johnson, Ross Chastain, Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, the only 4 DNFs, despite the fact that we had 11 cautions in today's race. One shy of the most this season. That is not the accurate standing so far this year. But still at 8 different winners following our 2nd Talladega race of the season. There is Keegan Schneider in victory lane here at Talladega. The Alabama 250. We'll call it the Talladega 250. How about that? the Talladega 250. The win and the regular season championship for the 99. Hamlin tried to put up a fight, getting yet another top 10. Kyle Busch's 11 straight top 10 streak has come to an end as well, with him finishing back in 29th. Having a rough go. Tough break there. Back-to-back wins for us. We had the fast lap, 47.413. We actually led the most laps. 36 of the 94 laps led today. A lot of those are probably under caution. But I guess we're still out in front the most. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Gonna get those points updated before we go into the next race at Road America on Sunday. There will be a premiere on the channel tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I already recorded the NASCAR Busch National Series race at the Old Spice Speedway. That will be on the channel tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After that, tune in for our one and only live stream tomorrow night. Not of a video game, but we'll be doing live commentary for the Xfinity Series playoff opener at Las Vegas tomorrow night. The round of 12 will begin. So live commentary for that. That will start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. I will be in the chat by the end of that premiere tomorrow. I will not be there at the beginning because I will be at work, but by the time I get home after work, I will be in there for the end of the race. So I hope to see you guys there as well. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate the support as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.